Hey guys, HW. I'm out on the road. Thankfully I'm not driving, but we're just going into the Lane Cove Tunnel. So I thought I'd whack the GoPro out and do a little film. I'm on my way over to Glebe. I've got to pick up something over there, so I thought I'd film a few of the sights along the way. It's 32 degrees Celsius in Sydney today, which is about 89 degrees Fahrenheit, approaching 90 degrees. So outrageously hot for this time of year, but can't complain. It's better than rain and cold, I suppose. I'll just film a little bit of the tunnel, give you. It's a massive tunnel, so I'm not going to film the whole lot because you'll just be bored looking at tail lights and the lanes inside the tunnel. And I'll film again when we get out at Artarmon. Here we are coming out at Reserve Road in Artarmon. Hopefully we'll see some more interesting sights as we get closer to the city. Go up Reserve Road up there, and that takes you to a furniture store, or it's a big collection of furniture stores up the road there, just before you get to North Shore Hospital. There's the road map up there: North Sydney 4, City 8, Airport 20, and Wollongong 80 something. I just missed it. But as you guessed, this is the main expressway that takes you on to the Harbour Bridge and into the Harbour Tunnel. Did I mention what day it is? It's a Thursday. So again, this was unplanned, so I may still do a walk tomorrow and upload that as well, but I thought just in case things get hectic tomorrow, I can at least make this a vid. This can be your view into Sydney for this week. But there's one of those cameras there. Just spotting the along the expressway here is looking at the cameras that face down onto the road and try to catch people on their mobile phones. So if one of those cameras snaps you, it's quite a significant fine. In some cases there's been examples of people due to having other infringements on the road have lost their license when they've been snapped with those cameras. Sort of out the back of Narromburn and Crow's Nest here. The sky's fairly clear today, apart from a bit of sort of like really high up sketchy cloud, but mostly it's clear, and on the horizon you can see a bit of smog as well. This is a new development, I suppose. As we drive through here you can see there's a whole bunch of work going on to improve the expressway. Mostly to get people up onto Military Road up there, which is that bridge you can see over the... Actually, we're not there yet. But yeah, improve access to Military Road and some of the northern beaches. This next bridge, we can see that truck crossing over. That's Military Road. North Sydney coming into view. Even for those of you that haven't seen North Sydney for a while, there's a fair few number of new buildings there as well. That building with the metric sign on it, if you can see that sort of X, blue X, and even the one next to it which is got the red hat sign on it. They're both new. The red hat one's got is actually the headquarters for Channel 9 now, the TV station. So if you get around North Sydney in the lunch spots, you often see a news anchorman or woman and reporters dining at the various establishments around North Sydney. Just about to go into the Harbour Tunnel, so as I go into that, I'll flick the camera off and join you again on the other side. Alright, I was hoping to go over the bridge, but unfortunately we missed it. Had to go through the tunnel, so we're about to come up and go past St Mary's Cathedral now. I walked close to here the other day when I walked through the Domain when I went down to the Oh Boy Cafe.
At the traffic lights, turn right onto Prince Albert Road.
There's not too many people out getting scorched by the sun, and those that are look a bit flustered.
Go past this light, then the next one, turn left.
There's St James Station. A couple of punters going down into the tunnel. David Jones department store directly in front of us with Centrepoint Tower above it. Country Road. It's got a big display. Prada. Oh, here we go. There's a few more people in the centre of the city here. St James is undergoing a bit of renovation. Wasn't like that last time we walked through. Maybe they're fixing all those tiles that were falling off when I did that walk down to Woolloomooloo through the the moving walkway. Had to turn down Market Street. Oh, look at this psycho over here. She's out running in 32 degrees. She's keen. Part of David Jones that had the men's store still under renovation, just there, all the black sheeting covering it. I can see a few people up in that window up there eating lunch in the Westfield food court. The windscreen of my car's a bit dirty, so hopefully that doesn't show up too much in the vid. This walkway that takes you between Westfield and David Jones men's store are still there. It's been around for a while, but it's been renovated. It used to be a lot smaller and constructed of older building materials. A bit stuck in a bit of a traffic jam here, so I might flip the camera off again. Let's stick the camera out the window now. Focus on this bridling store here. Be alright to get one of those timepieces, wouldn't it? Look at this old historical railway photo here of St James. It's funny, you're just holding like a little camera out the window and people notice. It's so small, the GoPro. It's like they've got a sixth sense that you're filming them. And there's the Rolex store. Security guard keeping an eye out probably for the next person that has an appointment. Try to capture the people in the Pitt Street Mall for you. I can see some lady there with like a big bouquet of flowers. This is what the delay is. It's the Pitt Street Mall entrance. All the shoppers and the lunch goers holding up the traffic. And then we're going to cop it one more time as we cross over George Street up here. There's the State Theatre and that Parlour Cafe or restaurant. Oh, it's a restaurant and cafe. It's one thing that's interesting when you go to the State Theatre. The ushers are always, they seem to be dressed in unusual clothing, vintage clothing, something they've always traditionally done. And I can see two up here now that are dressed in colourful garments. Are these lights ever going to change? You can hear a Harley coming up behind me, so we can snap a shot of it if he comes up. Here it comes. Look at the wheel on the back, it's like Batman. Batman's motorcycle. Oh, there they are. Almost missed them. Passing by the Queen Victoria building. It was a green light back there for a while. I don't know why we weren't moving. Maybe someone ran across at in the last second. Here's the Queen Victoria building. A few punters coming out of there with their shopping bags. In the old days, people used to call them messages. Going in to get their messages. This is the pain you've got to endure if you miss the turn off to the bridge. Go through the tunnel, you've got to turn back and go through the city streets, which is not fun when there's a lot of workers and lunch goers around. Just passing over Clarence Street and get stuck in another set of lights down at Kent Street. Now we're stuck outside Darling Park at these satellites. There's this bridge here, takes you between Market Street and Darling Harbour. Yeah, a fair few tourists walking up on that bridge, I'd say. By the way, for a point of reference, that entrance there to Darling Park, anyone can walk through those doors there and enjoy the park out the back. Filmed in that park a couple of times. Porsche up there's got some sound to it. Sounds like a race car. There's the old Goldsboro building there. It's been a bit of a landmark for a while. Used to be a wool store back in the old days. It's all apartment buildings now. Now we're just starting to make our way towards Glebe now, where I've got to go. And we're sort of going to bypass and head past a little bit of the fish markets. The fish markets is where that blue building is there, you can see. Through the fence there. I've done a video at the fish markets before too, if you're interested. Have a look for that in my collection of vids. That bridge you can see up there, that's the approach to the Anzac Bridge, which is the second of the really large bridges that take you across Sydney Harbour. The other ones are that you've got the Glebe Island Bridge, and you've also got the Lane Cove Bridge a bit further down. Tell you what, just having my arm out the window here, it's feels like I'm getting sunburnt. Guy's doing some shadow boxing on the footpath there. There's the fish market there, with those blue walls there. That's getting renovated as well. That's going to be worth a look once it's finished. So it's going to be much larger, and I think something to be proud of once it's finished. There's Wendy Park in there, or what we call Wentworth Park. Wentworth Park Greyhounds. So they have greyhound races in there, soccer matches, a few different events. Never been to that hotel that we just passed? If you've been to that hotel that we passed back there, let me know in the comments what it's like. Getting closer to Glebe now. So go past some of these old terrace houses. And some new additions as well. Little laneways, alleyways out there. In between them. That one's quite old. Oh, we're just on Bridge Road. We've picked up what we needed to in just off Bridge Road. can see the city in the skyline over there as we head back towards the fish markets in the city down Bridge Road. That little bridge you see there, the light rail goes across that bridge, I think. Red light. Start off again. Hopefully I've got enough of a percentage to make it onto the bridge on the way back. There's another view of the city and the fish markets that are under construction. We're about to turn right here into Wattle Street, which will take us up onto the Harbour Bridge. So I'll conserve battery and whack it back on when I get on the bridge. These people checking out what the new development's going to look like. Look at that, we're passing by the W Hotel. We're going over the Harbour Bridge this time. There's Darling Harbour down there, look. This little bridge that takes you from that Darling Park over to Cockle Bay. I'll keep talking as long as I can across the bridge here, but I've only got like 1 or 2% of battery left, so if the camera clips off, I'll see you in the next vid. How much have I got left now? Still 2%. Here we go, on to the Harbour Bridge. Observatory Hill over there. Just here you can see both directions of traffic are only separated by a white line. These two lanes here over the years have seen multiple head-on crashes where there's been fatalities, so it's a bit of a white knuckle ride if you take this lane over the bridge. You've only got those arrows and crosses up there to tell you which lane to be in. I note that bridges like the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, they have a movable barrier on that lane. At least that, gives people an idea that, what lane to be in, and there's no real way of crossing over. But here in Sydney, you can easily make a mistake and get over into the wrong lane, and then it's head-on crash time. So as we face towards North Sydney, and they're just passing by the Milsons Point station, well, thank you for coming on the little drive today. And as I said, I'll still try to do a walk tomorrow, but if not, this will be the vid for this week. 32 degrees Celsius in Sydney, or 89 Fahrenheit. It's bloody hot for this time of year. It's an outrage, in fact. So I fear for what January and February are going to be like. It's going to be quite torturous, I think. See you in the next vid. The video is over.